Getting Pumped, Module 3, Supportive Worksite Facilities. How to support breastfeeding mothers at work. Welcome to our instructional series on strategies to improve breastfeeding support in East Tennessee worksites like yours. This module will describe the space and equipment needs of breastfeeding employees. In this module, you will learn how to explain the importance of adequate space and equipment for pumping, list elements of adequate space and equipment, and describe examples of lactation spaces. We hope you find these modules informative and helpful. There are several factors that need to be considered for a pumping space. There are considerations about the space itself, privacy, sanitation, and furniture. We will discuss each of these in more details over the next few slides. State and federal laws require worksites to provide non-bathroom space and adequate break time, which can be paid or unpaid, for mothers to pump. Breastfeeding employees need enough space to pump comfortably. The space can be permanent or temporary, but should accommodate the employee, pumping equipment, and necessary furniture, such as a chair and table. Although the lactation space does not have to be dedicated, there may be certain considerations for shared spaces. If an employee shares lactation space with customers or patients, break scheduling may need to be more flexible to ensure mothers have enough time to pump. Sometimes a pumping space may be far away from an employee's workspace. In such case, more time may be needed to get to and from the pumping room. The room should also have working lights and an electrical outlet. This might sound obvious, but some rooms, for example, a converted closet, may not have these things. Mothers need a private non-bathroom space to express breast milk. It is important for this space to be private and away from crowded areas. Electric breast pumps can be so loud, so consider this element of privacy as well. Creating a soundproof space is not always possible, but a noise machine or radio can be used to create background noise and disguise the sound of the pump. The space should be able to lock and have blinds or curtains available if windows need to be covered. You can provide door hangers or signs to help ensure pumping employees will not be disturbed. Breast milk is food for infants, which is why it is important that mothers can express breast milk in sanitary conditions. Mothers should not be directed to bathrooms to pump, as these are unsanitary conditions for food handling. Pumping spaces should be separate from work areas where chemicals are stored or biohazard materials are handled. Pumping spaces should be maintained in the same way as other workspaces, with cleaning and trash services if applicable. Breastfeeding employees need a few basic pieces of furniture in a pumping space. At minimum, a pumping space needs a comfortable chair, a table, shelf, or other surface to rest a breast pump, and a lamp or overhead lighting. Breastfeeding employees also need equipment and supplies to pump. Some of these may be brought from home, and some the employer may be able to provide. We will discuss these in more detail over the next few slides. Breastfeeding employees need a breast pump and parts. An employee will usually have her own pump and parts. Occasionally, such as a hospital setting, an employer may provide a hospital-grade pump that can be used by multiple users. Breast pumps can be manual or electric, and single or double. Additionally, some electric pumps may come with a battery pack, so employers may be able to provide batteries if they are unable to provide a space with an electrical outlet. Breastfeeding employees usually need to pump multiple times per shift and need to clean pump parts between pumping sessions. Lactation room conditions should be sanitary. A sink with running water and soap can help with cleanup. Paper towels and a trash can are helpful to ensure the space stays clean. A microwave can also be helpful. Some mothers use steam bags to clean their pump parts. The parts are placed in the steam bag and then microwaved. Ideally, the sink and the microwave would be in the lactation space, but it can also be outside of it if necessary. Mothers will need storage space for breast milk. This can include a refrigerator. This doesn't have to be dedicated. Breast milk can be stored in a community employee refrigerator alongside employee food. a cooler bag from home, and a safe space to store it, along with milk storage bags for the pump milk. These are usually provided by the employee, but may be provided by the employer if they are able. Employers have different resources to do different things to create lactation spaces for employees. In the next few slides, we will outline needs for the basic, better, and best versions of a lactation space. Elements of a basic lactation space can include an electrical outlet, a door that locks from the inside, a comfortable chair, a flat surface to rest a breast pump, disinfectant wipes available for use, sink with running water nearby, which may or may not be in the lactation room, employee-provided pump, and access to a public area to store milk, like an employee break room refrigerator or a place for employees to store a personal cooler bag. In addition to the basic elements, a better lactation space can include a footstool, a working sink in the room, pump rental or attachment kit for a hospital-grade multi-user pump provided by the employer-provided personal milk cooler, an attractive as well as clean space for posting baby pictures and notes of support, educational resources, and an employee workspace if applicable. In addition to elements of the basic and better rooms, elements of the best lactation space can include a reclining chair, an employer-subsidized portable electric pump, a pump provided for breastfeeding partners of employees, attachment kits that are fully paid for if hospital-grade multi-user pump provided, a small refrigerator in lactation space for milk storage, soft lighting in the room, in addition to being clean and attractive, and Wi-Fi access. Not all employers have dedicated space available to use as a lactation room, but with some creativity, many employers are able to create one or convert another space into one. Here are some tips for creating or converting spaces to use as lactation rooms. Use temporary walls to create a room. Use someone's office temporarily or an unused conference room. Convert an unused closet or storage space. Add locks to doors if needed. Add curtains or blinds in rooms with windows if needed. Here are some additional tips. Allow breastfeeding employees to leave necessary pumping items at work. Extension cords can be used if there are no electrical outlets in the space. Use donated items to furnish and stock the lactation room. While some items, such as pump membranes, should only be used by one person for safety reasons, other items, such as furniture, refrigerators, or coolers, can be donated. Thank you for completing our module on strategies to improve worksite breastfeeding spaces. We hope it provided some valuable tips for creating or modifying spaces for breastfeeding employees. Now that we reviewed the information, please take our short quiz to demonstrate what you have learned. Thank you for completing the third module in our series.